I'm a big gal, so I have my troubles with dating. Just to get people in the door, I have to resort to catfishing. Otherwise, none of them would ever even consider meeting me in person. As soon as they see me, there's a 98% chance that they just run away and ghost me. That other 2% of them that stick around, though, those are the ones I'm so persistent for. I definitely understand what makes them stay. There's plenty of Margaret to go around. More woman than they could ever dream of, and almost always more than they can handle. But I still have my fun. Voluptuous hardly even begins to describe the body that those ever so tasteful men get to take to bed. They should consider themselves lucky. There's been this one little cutie I've been dating for a while, and his name is Gilbert. I think I'll take things to the next level with him soon. Like most of the men who ended up having the attraction to me, he's a real skinny one. We hit off, though, as they say, opposites attract. But we have a common interest in getting together with some Netflix on the TV and some Uber Eats on the table. That's been our routine for a couple weeks now. But as much as I like it, especially since he pays for all of it, can you really fault a girl for getting bored of the same thing over and over again? Recently, I've been dropping Gilbert subtle hints for him to take this thing more seriously, if you know what I mean. He knows he's my main squeeze, or at least that I want him to be, but he also knows I mess around with other guys. I think that's what's making him ride the brakes. He feels a little threatened. I like it that way, though. I like to put a man's manhood into question. They do all sorts of crazy stuff when you do that, and it's been an interesting ride with Gilbert the whole way. We started things out by putting on horror movies so we could cuddle and spoon on the couch. But of course, that didn't work for long, because Gilbert kept complaining that he couldn't see the TV. I didn't like him saying that, even though he didn't mean to make me feel bad, but he did have to go and remind me that I basically take up the whole couch. So I offered a sly little solution. I sit up on the couch and he sits in my lap. Another way was me laying on my side while Gilbert sat right on top of me, like how Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Obviously, he agreed right away, and I could tell how much he loved it. When I saw that, it made me so happy. I go through a lot of boyfriends because it's hard for me to get one to stick around, but when I see a man succumb to my ways and means like that, I know I'll get to keep them. Still, Gilbert was a man after all, so it was only a matter of time before that position started to make him feel emasculated. That's when I knew we were ready to take things to the next level. Hey, Meg?
Yes, Gilbert, baby?
I know you like being on the bottom, but what do you think about me being on the bottom?
Oh, but I'm too big to be on top. You'll get hurt, you poor fragile little thing.
You see, but it's just that, right there. I don't want to feel like a fragile man when I'm with you. I mean, I don't want you to feel like you're with a man who's too weak to handle all of you.
Gilbert, baby boy, you are too weak to handle all of me. Trust me.
Well, don't doubt me, mistress. I'll do what I want.
Now I like that attitude. Feisty. Well, alright then. Let me hear all about what you want to do.
I want to lay on the couch with my woman in my arms, and I want to watch a wonderful night's worth of Netflix with her, and we both fall asleep in a loving embrace.
Oh, you're such a flowery romantic. You're such a well-spoken man.
He was just so confident about it, that even though I'm usually too self-conscious about my size to ever do it, I did it for him. We got up to trade places on the couch. He laid down with his long, skinny body open to me, and I laid down right on top of him. I always forget what it feels like to have a man try to grab as much of me as possible at once. Gilbert was totally disappeared underneath me, completely surrounded by my curves and essence. He immediately started moaning super loud and squirming with pleasure. The little twig was actually making it hard to relax.
Stop! Gilbert! You're tickling me! Stop it! I'm trying to watch the TV! Gilbert, shut up! You're talking over the best part of the movie.
After the initial rush of excitement washed over, Gilbert calmed down a little bit.
See, isn't it nice to settle in? Now we can just Netflix and chill, you know? You can unwind and decompress, and all you had to do was simmer down. Of course, it's flattering to know that I can get you so excited. But come on, dear. A real man should be able to get a hold of himself.
He became very submissive after a few minutes. I guess me grilling him like I was his mother might have put a damper on his masculinity, but whatever. Unfortunately, after a few minutes, I started to miss Gilbert's banter. He wasn't even trying to say anything anymore. I got bored of the horror movie eventually, so to try to put some energy back into things, I played one of my favorite stand-up comedians. He always gets me busting a gut right away.
Don't you think he's just hilarious, Gil? What a riot! Gilbert, why aren't you saying anything? Gilbert? Gilbert! Oh well, Margaret, it's not your fault. It's just how it goes.
That was the end of my little fling with Gilbert, I guess. He was fun while he lasted, but his time to go had come. So I got up from the couch and took him to the closet where the rest of them go when I'm done with them.
Jeez Louise, I'm gonna have to reorganize here soon. Things are just flying off the shelves every time I open the door.
And I do go through a lot of boyfriends. They just can't get enough of me, but I still have trouble getting them to stick around for some Netflix and chill.